also make sure you get all the clothes and you bag all the clothes. I'll touch on that more in a second here. Once you do that though, you're gonna vacuum everything for trace evidence. Once you're done vacuuming, you take the bag that everything is collected in, and you put that in an envelope and you ship that to the crime lab, as well as everything else that you already have bagged up and sent over there. As you do this, you're also going to be processing for fingerprints, and in order to do that, you're going to brush dust over the fingerprint that you find with a piece of tape over it, and what that does, it keeps the fingerprint there, and it goes right onto the tape, and you peel the tape off, and you also ship that to the crime lab. The final, most important step is the handling process. Everything goes into a paper envelope. Contrary to what you see on movies or TV shows, they don't use clear bags. They use clear bags in the TV shows because it's transparent. They want to add, drama to the show. It's not like that in real life. They use paper envelopes, and for smaller things such as hair, you double envelope it and you send it off to the crime lab. You also want to make sure anything that's wet, you want to air dry it out for a bare minimum of 2 hours. And that doesn't mean if it's water, body fluid, blood, anything like that, it has to be completely dry. And you don't want to wring anything out either. From that point, you also want to make sure that you can clear the crime scene as soon as possible. Let's say you get there right away, you want to have everything done and processed within 2 hours. So the longer a crime scene sits, the less rather that you'll find. And with that, I'll take your questions.
I have a question. How do they collect the fingerprints? How do they get the fingerprints to the lab?
That's a good question. So like I said before, they dust it and it goes onto the tape, and you peel it off. And once it's peeled, they envelope it up, and they will ship that off. And from there, the crime lab will go through and they'll try to find a match.
Okay, I have a follow-up question with that. When they ship the fingerprints to the lab, how do they determine